July 1925. In America, a different kind of war. A war between stories, old and new. Foundational stories, one from religion, one from science. It's taking place in Dayton, Tennessee. There, a high school teacher by the name of John Scopes is on trial for teaching evolution in his science classes. He's being defended by the legendary Clarence Darrow and prosecuted by the equally legendary William Jennings Bryan. The so-called monkey trial is a national spectacle. It's being followed everywhere. But not by Teilhard de Chardin, who's undergoing a trial of his own. After the Great War, he had completed his doctorate in paleontology and begun giving voice to his vision of evolution. In 1922, in response to a theologian's question, he had written a note, mostly for himself, and left it in a desk drawer. Somehow, no one knows how, that note ended up in Rome, on the desk of Father Vladimir Ledachowski, Superior General of the Society of Jesus. The note concerned a story in the opening pages of the Bible. In it, God places Adam and Eve, the first human beings, in a lush garden and tells them not to eat the fruit of a tree in the center of the garden. Tempted by a serpent, however, Adam and Eve do eat, so God drives them out of their earthly paradise. Now they and their children will know evil. Now they will know death. It was humanity's original sin. On the ceiling of Rome's Sistine Chapel, you can see all the events to which this story is connected in the Christian narrative. If it fell from the ceiling, would everything else come crashing down with it? Teilhard had grown up with that narrative, but now he found a problem with it. The more we bring the past to life again by means of science, he wrote in his note, the less we can accommodate either Adam or the earthly paradise. There is not the least trace on the horizon, not the smallest scar to mark the ruins of a golden age or our cutting off from a better world. Humans hadn't fallen from a state of grace, he believed. They were rising up to one. Teilhard's interpretation of Adam's fall was guaranteed to create controversy. At times I'm aware of living a little in the fire, he wrote to August Valenson, a Jesuit friend. But I believe that such is the path marked out for me. Teilhard's path took him to China for 15 months of exploration. When he returned to France in the fall of 1924, he quickly learned that his standing in Rome was more precarious than ever. A message would come from the man to whom he had vowed lifetime obedience: discard whatever contradicts Catholic dogma. With that message came instructions to sign a document containing 6 propositions. One read, "The whole human race takes its origin from one first parent, Adam." 3 others affirmed a belief in the story of Adam's fall, humanity's original sin. 2 foundational narratives had collided, one from religion, one from science. Teilhard wanted to stand with both, but now he'd been told to choose between them. Would he sign Ledachowski's document, even remain a Jesuit? I've put a good face on it outwardly, but what I feel inside is like an agony or a storm, Teilhard told Valenson. He had been asked, he said, to make a useless sacrifice. This would be the moment of his life's great choice. On July 1st of 1925, honoring his vow of obedience, wishing to avoid scandal, and keeping reservations to himself, Teilhard made that sacrifice, signing every one of Ledachowski's propositions. 3 weeks later, Lidichowski acknowledged receipt of his signature. That very day, John Scopes was found guilty of violating Tennessee state law by teaching evolution in his high school classes. He was fined $100. Teilhard, on the other hand, was told to leave France and return to China to resume his scientific work, they said. In reality, he was being exiled. Only in 2018, nearly 100 years later, was the document Teilhard signed found buried in a Jesuit archive in Rome.